Let's talk about the protests rocking Nigeria, where over 200 million people are waking up and saying enough is enough. So imagine you're President Bola Tinubu. Your people are hungry and you want to calm them down. So what do? Well, first, let's say you decide to try some magic by increasing the minimum wage and you think problem solved. But no, Nigerians aren't even buying it. Next, you decide to send the police and the military to play the bad cop, try to intimidate them. But the protesters just laugh at the face of tear gas. Finally, you decide to turn to the divine, asking the clergy to denounce the protest. You think surely this is gonna work. But it didn't. The protests have only grown bigger and louder. Let's start from Abuja, the heart of Nigeria. The government thought they could pin the protests by restricting them to a stadium in the outskirts of the city. That's like telling a teenager, you can protest, but only in your room. And so naturally, they defied the court order and protested down toward the city center. And as expected, the police came rolling in with the tear gas canisters. But the protesters, they were not backing down. What about Lagos? The bustling megacity, where thousands took to the streets with banners and a collective stomach growl, where one protester said, "We are tired of being hungry. We cannot even feed our own children." And you can't really blame them, because when you go to the market, you find out a single tomato costs more than your lunch money last year. A handful of tomatoes can cost about 1,000 naira. Pepper 1,500 naira. These Lagosians are not just hungry for food. They are starving for change, and they're not gonna stop until every Nigerian can live comfortably. Let's move to Kano State, Nigeria's second largest city in the north. Thousands of people gathered, and the police showed up with their usual charm. Tear gas, live bullets, hot water cannons, you name it, and you know that something bad might happen. Some protesters turned up the heat by setting tires ablaze close to the governor's house, and the police, not to be outdone, responded with gunfire. 4 people were wounded and a curfew had to be placed. Across Nigeria, the protests are being coordinated under the hashtag End Bad Governance. The internet is buzzing with tips on what to bring to the protest ground. Things like comfy shoes, water, sunscreens, and power banks. You just know that they mean serious business. It isn't a disorganized mob, it's a well-organized machine. Real-time updates and videos of police brutality are being shared instantly. The government's worst nightmare is now a reality, a digitally savvy united population. Let's talk about some numbers. Inflation hit 34% in June, the highest ever in 28 years. Food inflation is even worse, going above 40%. People are seriously struggling to buy basic necessities. And who's to blame? President Bola Tinubu. When Tinubu came to power, he made some really big reforms, like removing the nationwide fuel subsidy. Fuel prices tripled overnight, sending some serious shockwaves all around the economy. Everything became seriously expensive because, obviously, you need fuel to transport goods. The protesters' main demand is pretty simple. Bring back the fuel subsidy. If prices drop, they believe that life will be bearable again. But will President Tinubu even listen? That is a $1 million question. The people are speaking loud and clear. They are not protesting for fun. They are fighting for survival. Will President Tinubu yield to their cries? Or will he just keep playing his presidential magic tricks and hoping that the protests will just die off? Let us know what you think in the comments. Remember, like, subscribe, and share to as many people as possible. And please stay safe.